Daniel walked through the neon-lit streets of New Kyoto with his collar pulled high against the acid rain. The city had changed since the Galactic Coalition annexed Earth 15 years ago. Humans now lived among dozens of alien species, each more advanced, longer-lived, and physically superior than humanity. It was supposed to be an honor, they said, a privilege to join the galactic community, but Daniel knew better. He passed vendor stalls where Thraxians sold glowing fruits that could cure diseases, and Celestian merchants hawked technology that bent physics. Humans ran most of these stalls now, working as servants and laborers for species that treated them like primitive curiosities. Daniel's jaw clenched as he remembered why he'd left his own stall early tonight. Then he saw her. Huddled in an alley between two towering corporate spires sat a figure that made his heart stop. Even diminished, even broken, he recognized the elegant curve of her horns, now cracked and dull. Her scales, once shimmering like molten gold, had faded to a sickly gray. Her wings, magnificent wings that had once blotted out the sun, were folded tight against her emaciated frame, torn and scarred dot on a dot. His ex-wife. A Drakari noble from the dragon clans of Paraxis Prime, please, she whispered to passers-by in a voice that once commanded armies. Spare credits for food, please. Most aliens walked past without a glance. A few humans stared with grim satisfaction, revenge, perhaps, for how her kind had treated them. Daniel's hands trembled. He approached slowly, and when her amber eyes, once so fierce, now hollow with hunger, met his, recognition sparked like dying embers. Daniel. Her voice cracked. He knelt beside her, ignoring the filthy water soaking through his pants. What happened to you? Anna's laugh was bitter, broken. What happens to all of us eventually? I got old. You're Drakari. You live for thousands of years. Only if we can afford the treatments. She gestured weakly at the city around them. The coalition may preach equality, but medicine costs credits, and credits flow to those who produce. My family's wealth, it ran out. When I could no longer afford the cellular regeneration therapy, my body began its natural decline. Daniel stared at her, pieces falling into place. The Drakari were one of the coalition's founding species, proud and ancient. But their long lives weren't natural, they were maintained through expensive medical technology. Without it, they aged rapidly, catastrophically. Your family abandoned you. Anna's eyes glistened. I became an embarrassment, a reminder of mortality. They cast me out 3 years ago. She paused. I tried to contact you, multiple times, but you never answered. Daniel felt like he'd been punched. I blocked all Drakari contacts after the divorce. After you told me I was just a brief amusement, before you returned to your true mate. I never said that. Her voice strengthened slightly. My family said that. They forced me to leave you, Daniel. Humans were considered beneath us. I was young, foolish. I believed them when they said I'd forget you in a century or two. She coughed, a wet, terrible sound. I never did. The rain fell harder. Daniel removed his jacket and draped it over her shoulders. She was so thin, so fragile. The woman who had once lifted a transport ship single-handedly now struggled to hold up her own head. Why didn't you come to me sooner? He asked quietly. Pride, shame, fear. Anna closed her eyes. I treated you terribly, Daniel. I parroted my family's prejudices, called humanity primitive, short-lived, insignificant. Her voice dropped to a whisper. And now look at me, begging in streets while humans walk past with purpose and dignity. Daniel sat beside her, his mind racing. Around them, the city pulsed with life. Humans had adapted to coalition membership in ways the elder species never anticipated. While long-lived species relied on ancient wealth and regeneration technology, humans innovated, adapted, survived. They couldn't afford to be complacent, not with lives measured in decades rather than millennia. The Drakari and other elder species, Daniel said slowly, you've been coasting on technology and wealth accumulated over thousands of years. But what happens when that runs out? Anna nodded weakly. We collapse. Half of the Drakari noble houses have fallen in the last decade. Families that ruled for 10,000 years, gone. We lived so long that we forgot how to truly struggle, how to adapt. She looked at him. Humanity terrifies the coalition elders. You know, your species hasn't even been spacefaring for a century, yet you're already outpacing civilizations that have existed for eons, because we have too, Daniel said. We don't have the luxury of time, he stood, decision crystallizing. Come on. Where? Home, my home. He helped her up, supporting her weight. You need food, medicine, shelter? Daniel, I can't afford. I'm not asking you to pay. He met her eyes. You said you never forgot me. I never forgot you either, Anna. I was angry, hurt, but I never stopped. Double quotes he trailed off. Tears streamed down her scaled cheeks. Why would you help me after everything? Daniel thought of humanity's greatest strength, not their technology or adaptability, but their stubborn, irrational capacity for compassion even toward those who'd wronged them, because that's what humans do, he said simply. We survive, we adapt, and sometimes we forgive. As they walked through the rain-soaked streets, Daniel supporting his broken dragon ex-wife, he realized something that would have devastated his younger self. The mighty Drakari, the ancient Celestians, all the elder species, they were dinosaurs watching the meteor fall. And humanity, short-lived and scrappy, were the mammals who would inherit the stars. But tonight, that didn't matter. Tonight, he just wanted to get Anna home.